And I was like, what happened to my safari? What happened here? Hey, oh God of mercy. And I saw it, I was like, oh my God. Hello and welcome, beautiful people. Today, I'm going to be ranting. I don't know if you've seen the latest video I posted this morning. Not a lot of people have seen it, but you can just go watch it. You can watch it before this one, actually, so that you would have context. So I was going to work in Nairobi first week of November. So like a month before then, I just, an epiphany. I was like, instead of going to Nairobi and just coming back, let me just use that opportunity to travel to Zanzibar. Just take like 3 days holiday or 4 days holiday and just rest and then return to Nigeria. Since Zanzibar is very close to Nairobi, I think it's like an hour, 15 minutes or so flight. So, and in the organization that I work, if you can demonstrate that what it would cost, right, to fly back from Zanzibar to Nigeria, not more expensive than what it would cost the organization to pay for your ticket from Kenya back to Nigeria. If you can demonstrate that it's cheaper or the same, not more expensive, then it's fine. So what I decided was that I would fly to Nairobi, work for 1 week, then pay personally from Kenya to Zanzibar, and then the office will pay for me from Zanzibar back to Nigeria. And I was able to demonstrate that. I got my quote and we did the comparison and it was okay. So it was approved and I was good to go. Everybody knows, God bless Kenya and the people of Kenya. Kenya ticket is visa rather, is pretty easy. I don't know, maybe I'm speaking from a place of privilege, because usually when I'm traveling to Kenya, the office would give me letter, they would give me all the things I need, and then the visa, the second day or the third day, I have my visa ready and good to go. So I assumed that Tanzanian visa would be the same, even with a Nigerian passport. We all know how it is when they're traveling on our beautiful green passport. You know how it is. But I assumed, that Tanzania would be the same way as Kenya. So I decided this will happen like a month to when I'll travel. So like 3 weeks and a half before the trip, I now applied for Tanzanian visa. And part of the requirement for the visa is you have to attach your travel tickets and all that. So with me, I was so confident. I bought my Kenya to Zanzibar ticket. Office paid for the Zanzibar back to Nigeria ticket. So everything was done. I applied, I paid, I did all what I needed to do. And that was how the wait started. First week, nothing. No, Kenya visa, second, third day to come. Second day, nothing. Third day, nothing. I was like, what, let me just give them 1 week. 1 week, nothing. 2 weeks, nothing. 3 weeks, nothing. I traveled to Kenya, nothing. In my head, I'm like, okay, by the time I'm in Kenya, it will be like, I think the third week or 3.5 weeks, yes, that I had applied. By the time I'll finish work that week, the visa, I would get the visa and all that. And that was how I was in Kenya till Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was supposed to leave Kenya Saturday morning to Zanzibar. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No. Thursday was Thursday. When Thursday came and I didn't get the visa, it was when I knew that there was trouble. Let me backtrack a little bit. In fact, I should have seen the handwriting on the wall from Nigeria, because usually when I'm traveling to Kenya, I leave on Saturday afternoon. Then I arrive like early hours of the morning, and I do that so that I would rest on Sunday and I'll be able to, I'll be okay, I'll be rested, and then I'll start work on Monday morning. So when they were buying the ticket for me, they bought the ticket for me in the office, sent it to me. Our tickets vendor would send me like different airlines, different timing and all that, then I will select. Usually I go with Ethiopia Air, and Ethiopia Air usually would leave Abuja Saturday afternoon. Then we'll do like a little layover at Addis, maybe 2-3 hours, and then we would get to Nairobi 1 a.m. like 1 a.m. Sunday. So all times I've traveled to Nairobi, that's how I've been going. So I'll get there 1 a.m. So I'll have like the whole Sunday, rest the beat. Like last time I even had time, I went to Giraffe Center. No, I'll just have time like that Sunday to do whatever I like. So I had planned it in my head that that's what is going to happen, and I would visit I was going to actually do safari this time around. I had planned it. In fact, I don't know what held me. I was even going to pay for the safari before I left, but I was still looking at it because I know that they have seasons where the animals would have walked away, and I knew it was kind of like rainy season in Kenya. They may not be, the animals may have wandered away. I may not really enjoy. So that was how I was chilling. I was like, when I get to Kenya or when I get to Nairobi, I would ask the hotel that is this a good time to go for safari, and then I can get, you know, like when I'm checking, then I can book it immediately. It's not very difficult to book, and that was what was in my head. And I don't know what happened. Maybe the excitement of traveling to Zanzibar and all that. I just did not check my ticket. I did not check my ticket till, okay, a colleague of mine that was going to fly in from another country now buzzed me, say, Okwemi, how are we getting to, what time are you landing? Should I wait for you at the airport? Just check what time. If it is almost like 30 minutes or 1 hour between time, then I'll wait for you. And that was when I checked, and I saw that the tickets that I approved and they procured for me had 17 hours layover. And I was going to be, will arrive that same time, but I'm not going to fly like 2-3 hours like I usually do immediately to Nairobi. I have to sleep in Zanzibar, in Ethiopia rather, till I think we take off was like 11 or 12, and then I'll be landing in Nairobi like past 1 in the afternoon. I was like, what happened to my safari? What happened here? Hey, oh God of mercy. And I saw it, I was like, oh my God. Then I started, contacted the travel agent. Travel agent said, okay, let them check. They checked, and as in, sold out. There was no space. I was like, okay, the deed has been done. I was sad because I had plans, right? I was sad, but I said, okay, so what will happen? Because I know that Nigeria, our green passport, when you bring it out like this in some countries, even in African countries, it will be as if you brought out a weapon of mass destruction. That's how those immigration and the people at the airport will treat you when you bring out our green passport. So I've read somewhere on social media that some people had issues. They had like long layover, and they messed them up. They didn't give them like hotel, nothing. They were at the airport for 20-something hours. I was like, this thing is 17 hours layover with my beautiful and blessed green passport. Well, how would they treat me? So I now contacted the our vendor that, well, 17 hours later, what would they do? I can't stay at the airport for 17 hours. What will happen? So he now said, no, that I'm covered. They'll give us accommodation. They'll give us food. The only thing I need to do is I should make sure I get the voucher from Abuja before I leave, blah, 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 blah. And to be honest, Ethiopia Air, they really took good care of us. This is not paid. I'm still upcoming. Nobody pays me to do any YouTube video. They took really good care of us. They fed us. They like the room, very correct room. That hotel, very correct and all that. So it was good. I slept, made new friends. I have a new mommy, my new South African mommy. You know, like it was good. So that part of the trip, you know, was okay. The only thing was okay, like what I was supposed to do in Kenya on Sunday, I couldn't do it. But if you look at it, the good side again is that I saved my money because safari is like $100 or so. So I saved my money. Then let me now fast forward again to Thursday. Please like, share, and subscribe, and turn on your notification buttons. So support me, encourage me. Please share with everybody, your family, your friends, your enemy. Let them come and watch my channel. Thursday came and no visa from Tanzania, and I'd already bought tickets. I have done everything. Like, it's just to carry bag. I even carried all my clothes. I'll make video. I'll do this. I will do that. Like, oh, this story is long. So when Thursday came and I saw that go no go, I just buzzed office that Tanzania that I was going to travel to, I don't have a visa till now. Please, let's get in touch with our vendor to ask them how we can, what we can do to fix this. So I knew that the office was not liable at that point. Whatever they are going to do is just going to be like, okay, because they have done their part. It's me. I took a personal decision, and whatever implication, that whatever implication, I have to like bear the brunt. So we now contacted the vendor, like I was saying, and the vendor now said, how come you don't have the visa? It's not like, it doesn't, let me backtrack a bit. My colleagues just do not understand because, my colleagues are mostly people from the West, right? So they don't understand why. My colleague, one was even arguing with me that when I went to Tanzania, it was visa on arrival. I said, my dear, I am Nigerian. The fact that I'm a Nigerian is I cannot get visa on arrival. We are on a particular list called referral list, and we have to apply for Tanzania visa before we leave our country. I was telling her, I said, she said, why? I said, well, because we have a reputation. And I told her, I said, check the list of corrupt countries in the world. Nigeria is not top 10. So I don't know the impression that, I don't know, maybe because we are loud, or because we have main character syndrome, or I don't know. To be honest, I don't know where that came from. And we are just on several different kind of lists. So for Tanzania, we are on a list, and we have to apply for a visa before we travel. So I was telling her, she still did not really understand, but I said, well, that is it. I don't have a visa. I can't go to Tanzania, because she was like, just go there at the airport, they'll give. I said, my dear, no. I have to get a visa. I've already applied, and they didn't give me the visa. And he said, I don't even know if they will give me or not. It's not out, no response. Like, so the vendor now said, that's unusual. Let's try and see what we can do with our contact. And then they did. When I saw that time was going and all that, you guys, I'm still not receiving the mail. That was Thursday night. I said, well, so that I don't lose in every ramification, please, can you open the ticket? Open the ticket from Zanzibar to Nigeria, and then I'll know what to do. That was on Thursday. At least let me even, because it's not me, like I'm not directly responsible for the ticket and all that. Just open it, so I know that one is out. So they opened the ticket on Thursday. I was still having hope, actually, that a miracle somehow will happen between morning of Friday to like maybe 12. I said, let me give myself to 12. So Friday came. By 12, no visa. No visa. And that was when I just said, okay, this is it. First thing I did was I just asked my colleagues. I was like, okay, so I have this Kenya visa that I bought to Tanzania, and I don't have the visa. What do you guys think? Should I open it, or should I just ask for a refund? And knowing that if I ask for a refund, I'm going to lose like a whole lot of money, like a lot of money. All of them were like consensus among all of them, as if they planned. It was like, you know what, Okwemi, you don't know when you would travel to Kenya. Even if you will, who says you want to go to Tanzania anymore? Just take your L and collect your money. No matter the small change that they will refund to you, just collect it. And immediately I just went to their website. Thankfully, it was very easy. I just canceled the flight, and they told me, I don't even know if they'll give me my money. I have to check, that they will take a particular percentage and they'll give me the balance, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, and by the way, when I was applying for the visa, there's a requirement to have hotel booking, and I had done that. I did that on bookings.com, and I did the one that I could cancel before a particular date, because the hotel I liked, hey, Aquarium Dreamland hotel, like by the beachfront hotel, private beachfront. I was like, See, he who sits in heaven laughs. Like the Bible says, I'm sure God was just looking at me and saying, this one, don't be deceiving yourself. So I was just monitoring it before, and when I saw that the date for the, if I don't cancel, they'll take out my money for the hotel. I had cancelled it, I think like a week before, so the hotel part was settled. So hotel settled, the ticket to Kenya settled, the ticket from, so now it's now remaining Okpayemi. How will I get back home? Office has already procured ticket for me to come back home. Nobody sent me work. And this was on Friday. I was supposed to leave Kenya on Saturday, because if I don't check out by Saturday, check out time of 12, anything else, I'll be the one to start paying for it, you know, and I'll pay for it again, then look for how to get home and all that. I wasn't even ready to spend more money. So summary of the matter is that I tried to buy tickets. Another problem. I now tried to buy tickets. I tried Ethiopia Air. I tried, you know how it is, this country. Sometimes our country is blessed, but sometimes it can be very tiring, this reputation we have. I cannot pay with my card. Dollar card, Naira card. I could not pay with any of my card. I tried Ethiopia Air, and this was like around 5, 6 in the evening already. I tried to pay. I had to just book and just hold the booking. I could not pay with my card. They were rejecting my card, both dollar, both naira, everything. And I said, what is another option? The other option is Qatar Air. That was the second option I saw. And they rejected my card. I had to start thinking on my feet at that point, because I just have some few hours to leave. And then I went to Qatar Air, what's it called? Website, and saw that they had a flight that night that would to Nigeria, of course, layover in Doha, and then I have Qatar visa, you know. So I saw layover in Doha of I think 19 hours. I didn't, you know, think anything much of it. I said 19 hours. Okay, if Ethiopia Air did 17 hours and, you know, took care of us like this, Qatar would take care of us. At least they would give us room and food, and then like I went to town, see how town is and all that. And that was how I called my friend that lives in the US, and thankfully she was able to buy the ticket for me, because I could not use Nigerian card. My friend in the US bought ticket for me. But thankfully she bought it for me. I think it was like, we've settled this thing, I think around 8 p.m. Me getting the ticket, me getting the receipt, because another drama, receipt didn't drop. Hey, I said, they smelt my green passport again, that I'm Nigerian. They think I stole somebody that is in the US card again. Hey, Egbami. All of the gist is just long and winding. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you shall understand my frustration. I bought the ticket around 6. Flight was 11, so around, I think like 9. I started packing, bought the ticket and checked out around 9. Thankfully, drop off has been paid for and all that, so clear, good. And then I went back to the airport. Meanwhile, there's a part of the gist that I've missed out. On Thursday, yes. If you have watched my video, it was, okay, I think, was it Thursday or Wednesday? It was, I think, one of the days we went on that hangout. I watched the video if you've not seen it. I started feeling drowsy. And whenever I travel, I try to take drugs. I try to take flagyl, because sometimes you eat something and you start purging. I'm like, never to be caught napping shy. I started to take drugs and all that. And when I was packing this last time, I was taking the drugs and all that. And then I saw my anti-malaria. I was like, should I take anti-malaria? I said, I have not had malaria in a while. I don't need now. And something else said, okay, take it. If you have malaria, fine. If you don't have, maybe you bring it back. It's not as if it's going to take so much space in your bag, Abby. I just took it and put it in my bag. On Thursday, that's why I started feeling very feverish. Everybody in the room, you know, they were trying to AC, everything. I was like, I'm cold, I'm this, like, but it's hot. You know, everybody says, but me, I was cold. It was at that point I knew that kind of malaria. So when I got, I still tried to hold it, but around 2 a.m. Friday, I saw that this thing So I started entering my body. So I now started taking anti-malaria. So I started taking malaria on Friday. And it's the type 2 a.m. on Friday. 2 a.m. like I think it's 8 hourly, then I start doing every 12 hours or something like that. So I'm taking by that Friday with all the drama, I think I'm taking like the drug like 2-3 times. So I now just left and went to the airport. So we took off. It was on the flight that I knew that voila day. You know how malaria is. When I have malaria, because I'm AA, so I'm prone to it. I'm not prone to it in Jesus' name, but usually. So I know how it works. When I have malaria like that, I just shut down, I rest. So that I don't know the mathematics, but I just need to rest if I have malaria. And it works for me that way. So of course I didn't rest. I was working in Nairobi, and then I'm flying back at that same time. So it was on the flight that I just knew that while I don't gas, my whole system just scattered. Like I just felt sick. I felt sick. So I could not wait, but thankfully it wasn't such a long flight. It was like about 5 hours. We landed. When we landed with so much confidence because of how Ethiopia Air treated us and all that. I just catwalked and went to customer care of Qatar Air. I have a 19 hours layover. And she now just collected my ticket, passport, and everything. Did check the system, and I looked at me. You are not entitled to. Hey, you are not entitled to carry food or transport or visa or anything to enter the country and or accommodation. I say, eh? So I've been in this airport for 19 hours. The way I was feeling at that point, I didn't even have time to ask questions, to be honest, because I was sick. I just said, I have a visa because I actually have Qatar visa. I was planning Qatar travel at some point. I have a visa. Can I go in? She said, yeah, if you go through immigration and they let you in, why not? And I said, fine. So that was how I went out. They allowed me. I have visa, so they just let me go. But guess what? I thought Qatar would fix us up. So fix me up, rather. Let me put me. And I didn't book accommodation. I didn't do anything. So I had to just, I left. I now sat down somewhere at the airport and started looking for accommodation on bookings because there was no way I was going to stay at that airport the way I was feeling. If it was normal me, like me now, of how I'm speaking to you, of course I'll stay. I'll slug it out now. Who wants to go and burn money, you know? But the way I was feeling, I just needed a bed. I needed to sleep. So I didn't care. At that point, I was like, see, even if it's my last card, I need to have my health back before leaving back, or because I didn't know how the thing would be, and when my malaria spikes like this, it can be very bad. So I just left and I went sat somewhere and I said booking.com, checking. Unfortunately for the devil, let me put it like that weekend there were activities in Qatar, so everywhere was fully booked. Everywhere was fully booked. I did spent almost 2 hours calling, checking, did no room. I just looked up and saw a staff of the airport, of course, with their yellow vest and all that. It was black. I was like, okay, let me speak to this man. Maybe he can help me. So I now went to him and said, I have a long layover, and I've been trying to get accommodation for hours, and I have not been successful. He now said, okay, you know what? We were up. He pointed out one man downstairs. I was like, meet that man. He's a representative of one of the hotels. I think they're here to pick up some people. Just speak to him. Maybe he will have room in his hotel. So I went down, met the man, and I spoke to him. Look at my predicament. I have a long leave and I'm looking for accommodation. And I said, the hotel too is fully booked. Was at that point told me that there's something going on in Qatar. People from all over the world are coming in, so places are really booked. But I should sit and wait that he would call one of his colleagues. So he picked up the phone, quite all right, and called one of the man came, and I said, okay, no worry. How many hours? When will you leave? And I told him, okay, I have a flight out. I have like, at that point it was now, I think 17 hours leave or something like that. And I told him I'll leave and all that. And he now said, okay, I should not worry. And that was how that man got me a room. got me a room, got me transport. So I went to like on a good as I was going to see. The way my body was doing, it was paining me. That yes, see me inside Qatar. At least I should have done some touristy things. But at that point, man, I needed bed. Guess what? Even the driver that took me was like, Qatar is beautiful. Of course, that one was trying to market himself. Qatar is very beautiful. That would I just go and sleep? Like, no, he will take me out. Of course, it's not free. The man was marketing. He wanted to make money. And I said, you know what? Just let me sleep for like 4 hours or 5 hours. The way if I feel good, I'll call you and then you can come pick me and then we'll go around and see whatever I can see before my flight. My dear, I got to the hotel, checked in. I slept. So I thankfully it was not very far from the airport. I just slept throughout. I slept throughout too. So I just got to Doha, entered taxi, went to the hotel, slept, was checking time because of the way I was feeling. You know, I think, okay, no, I set alarm so that I will not miss my flight. Slept, okay, took my drugs. Did I even eat? Yeah, because I needed to take my drugs. Slept and woke up when the alarm did. Took care of myself again. Packed my kangara. I went back to the airport and came back to Nigeria. This kind, I went to Qatar for the first time in my life. I've never been there before. And I did not do anything. After paying plenty money to go there, because this money is going to pay for my from my pocket. Anyway, I couldn't wait to get home, to be honest, because at that point, you know how I don't need the comfort of my bed. So I got home and was like pure bliss. And then I realized, you know, by the second, third day, I was good. That's how the malaria works. And that's the story of my escapade and adventure. And guess what? I think 2 or 3 days later, Tanzania gave me visa. Congratulations, how did they even put it? They gave me visa. Now, I have Tanzania visa. I have open ticket to come back. Remain money to pay for tickets to go there now. So, if you're watching this video and you want to sponsor my trip, please send me an email or send me a DM on Instagram. My name is Okwemi and my Instagram page is Okwemi's Diary. So I look forward to hearing from you. If you watched the video up to this point, you are the real MVP. Thank you very much. I just wanted to get out of my chest and share with the world that you Nigerians, you people, do better, please, so that they can take us off all these lists, please. We are good people. We are from a great nation. I don't know. Just few bad eggs. Tori Olorun, please. Hi. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.